Okay, now we're here with the stats of the Bronco and Bronco Prime. This video is mostly for the Bronco Prime, but I had to show you the stats of the normal Bronco versus the Bronco Prime. As you can see here, the fall off for the damage is a little bit more short on the Bronco than it is the Bronco Prime. It has a faster fire rate, surprisingly, but has 2 less bullets, so you'll be reloading a lot, but it does come back with a very short reload speed of a 1.0. Status chance is 22%, which means you won't be really going for a status build. Instead, you'll be going for a raw damage build because you have nothing to really go for other than that, because you won't be able to achieve status. The damage, on the other hand, is where it can kind of pick itself back up, which is 28 slash, 28 puncture, and 224 impact. Not bad for a secondary shotgun, but compared to Bronco Prime, it has a better status chance, a slower reload speed, more bullets, a further fall off, and slash, puncture, and impact are a direct upgrade. It's better in every way than the Bronco. Act Bronco and Act Bronco Prime are better than these weapons. As you can see with Act Bronco right here, it's just better than the normal standard Bronco, but the reload speed is slower, of course. But it's just a better Bronco, and then you got Act Bronco Prime, which means comparing it to Bronco Prime, you're only getting a faster fire rate and more magazine in the mag, or getting more ammo in the mag. But the reload speed is off by 0.3, which isn't a big deal, so technically you will be using Act Bronco Prime more than Bronco Prime, but the reason why I use Bronco Prime more than its dual counterpart is because I have a Riven. I will be making the Riven in a different video with the build, but this is how I just prefer. I choose the standard one. And as for the build of the weapon, I have a simple 4 forma build, technically 3 if you don't have a Riven, because you'll be needing a 4th Riven, or 4th forma, sorry, but you'll only need just these 3, a dash and 2 Vs. That's how I build my Bronco Prime, but for a Riven you'll be adding an extra one depending on the polarity. For me, it was a D polarity, which you can see right here. These are the stats of my Riven. It pretty much makes this even better than it is, and really great. I even take it in sorties now. It's my #1 most used secondary, and not many people can say that, which is really good for me. I feel that's a great saying, even before it got its buffs, mind you. But I have Hornet Strike for damage, Barrel Diffusion, and Lethal Torrent for multi-shot and fire rate. Then I have 4 dual stat mods, 2 make Corrosive and Blast, which I have Pistol Pestilence and Jolt to make Corrosive, and a bit of Convulsion to kick up the corrosive damage a bit more so it can proc more frequently, and then Frostbite and Scorch to create Blast. This build is ideal for getting rid of armor and infested units. And when I mean infested units, I mean stuff like Ancient Disruptors and Ancient Healers. For Grenier, it's just to get rid of their armor. You may want to switch to a different weapon because this build's not made to really kill them. Maybe lower level or lower armored units like Butchers and stuff may get killed in 1 to 2 shots, but this is not the ideal build for going for raw damage or killing things. But for the infested, it can do well. Corpus, on the other hand, it does have the impact to get rid of the shields, but the health problem is where it draws flat, so you would most likely switch it around and replace and switch Jolt and Scorch's place so you can have more of a gas magnetic build, so you can actually do more damage. Another thing I would say is to replace Convulsion with pathogen rounds just to deal with it. Okay, since we are here now, I'm recording this after the last clip. As you can see here, it really does well at pretty much getting rid of the armor. It's pretty useful for getting rid of armor, and that's what I use it for. but I usually have the Riven on it, so this is just pretty much just stripping away the armor. Pox and Bronco Prime are pretty much better candidates at doing this, but I'm only making this video because I'm going to make a video following it up, or I wouldn't say following it up, but I'll be making another video after this one with the Riven attached and showing you how much of a big difference it can be. I'm not going to show the differences between each other, but as you can see here, it takes roughly about a minute to kill at least 6 enemies, 3 bombards and 3 heavy gunners. The next one will be techs, and they're a bit tougher because you can't strip anything off, and they're not weak to corrosive or blast. All you can really do is knock them down. And I always try to land the headshots first because, well, it does the most damage, but at the same time, after a while, I just start shooting anywhere, because as long as I proc a blast, it won't really matter, and it's going to take the same amount of shots. Those shots are just spreading anyway. But yeah, corpus don't do well, so you would right here ideally switch corrosive and blast to gas like magnetic to get rid of any remaining shields if there's any left, if you didn't get them all off somehow, and to have gas to start slowly sapping their health away. And that's pretty much it for the corpus, and it's an interesting thing, because with my Riven, it really wouldn't matter if I have corrosive and blast or gas and magnetic, because with the corpus, they take generally the same amount of shots, if not a little bit less with the corrosive and blast, because they're knocked down and you can take more free shots on them. And also there's punch through with it as well. That's another thing about my Riven. There's also punch through, so it's easier to spread the damage. But that's the end of the corpus one, and soon we'll be heading towards the infest. I'm just letting him die, because why not? Yeah, I was just trying to extend time just in case I needed it for this. And now we head to the infested. 2 ancient disruptors and 3 ancient disruptors and 3 ancient healers. And as you can see here, pretty much one whole mag pretty much guarantees 1 death. Almost, not fully. You pretty much have to shoot them 1 to 2 extra more times afterward, but usually that's fine. At this point, I just didn't care if I was aiming or not, but that's pretty much all I have for this video. The next one will be the Bronco Prime with a Riven, and it will be better, I promise. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.